Hi everyone, Joe Bavonese here with video 3 in the Internet Marketing Referral Success video series. In this video I will discuss the very important topic of inbound links and how that can help you get on the first page of Google. Links are really your gateway to search engine mastery, as we'll describe in this video. But first, a little history. The two guys who started Google, you may hear them referred to as Sergey and Brin. They were in a PhD program when they first met at Stanford. By the way, they never finished their PhD due to this little side project they started, which became Google. And anyway, they were very influenced by the idea that the more times a book or study was referenced in a dissertation bibliography, the more important it was in a field. And so they made this concept a cornerstone of their search algorithm in 1998, and it's still a very key part of it today. So the idea being that the more times other websites reference your website, the more valuable your information must be to Google's customers, and their customers, of course, are people searching for valuable information. So one of the keys to ranking higher on Google is this: how many other sites link back to your site? But the big question is, how many other websites list your site on their site is another way to say it. So let's say you and your friend list each other's website on a special page on your site called links or resources. So that would be an example of getting an inbound link. That's good. You get a few points for the search engines, the main ones of course being Google, Yahoo, and Microsoft Bing. But the search engines, they also want to know how many links does your friend's site get listed on? How popular is her site? And how popular is your site? So you find out. And you find out, oh, your friend's site is only listed on 2 other sites and only gets 3 visitors a day. It's not a very influential site on the World Wide Web. Search engines give polite but very muted applause. You want to get your site listed on as many high traffic, high link sites as possible, because those will count much more heavily in your overall evaluation from the search engines and your ultimate Google PageRank. Search engines love these external or inbound links, as we've described. Google, for example, loves it when your site is listed on Google. So that's one of the reasons why we discussed Google Places in the first video in this series, because we found that Google is one of the places that Google looks to see if you're listed, as does Yahoo. One of the highest traffic sites in the world is also Facebook. And Facebook is actually, by some measures, passed up Google as the most frequently visited site on the World Wide Web. But these are 3 examples of sites that get a lot of visitors and have a lot of links. So for you to be listed on them does you good. And there'll be much rejoicing in search engine land, as this gentleman is doing. So you can even link to yourself. Let me explain what that means. Linking between pages of your own site, which is called internal linking, can also help with your Google PageRank. But if you do link between your own pages, don't say click here. If you say click here, then your site is going to get optimized for the word click and the word here, neither of which are probably going to be very helpful in generating referrals to your practice. So you really don't get an SEO benefit from saying click here, although it may make navigation easier in some circumstances. Better to say, read more about my services for anxiety, depression, or substance abuse. And each one of those words would link to a page on your website that describes those topics in some depth. So you get credit for an inbound link from your own website internal to your site. And the more of these that you make, the more easier it makes for people to navigate your site, and it also helps with the search engine ranking. And because they're high search keywords and they link to the other pages, everyone's happy, the search engines are happy, and the people on your site find it easier to get the information that they're looking for. So I'm going to give you 5 high traffic directories that you can put your site on absolutely for free to give you some good inbound links. First of all, there's Yelp, which usually people think of for restaurant reviews, but many private practices are finding they're getting a lot of searches on there. Another one called hotfrog.com. Another one called Merchant Circle, which is doing a lot of local advertising all over the country. Another one called zoominfo.com. And the last one is sort of an old directory called dmoz.com. Now, one bit of warning with DMOZ, they tend to review every site by hand by a real human being. They tend to be very picky, so if for some reason you don't get in their directory, don't fret, but it's probably worth trying because it's a valuable one if you can get in it. The other most valuable sites are .gov, government websites, or .edu, if you can get your site listed in an educational institution's website. And so you may wonder at this point, well, how many inbound links do I have at this point? You may not have too many if you haven't tried to get too many, but I have two things here that will give you a tremendous amount of information about exactly how many inbound links your site currently has. And it's all absolutely free. Go to opensiteexplorer.org, put in your website, and you'll see in a few moments exactly how many inbound links you have, different kinds of links. And there's another one called getlisted.org, which will also do the same thing and even give you some direction on how to get listed on some of the major sites that you really should be on if you're not on there yet. So that's our discussion today for linking and how it affects search engine results success. Thank you.